I want TPUSA to release the video of these two high resolution cameras that they had set up that they took down reportedly within 5 minutes of Charlie Kirk being shot. And again, it doesn't really matter. The end result of the psychological operation, which is widespread division and destruction and capturing people who are riding the wave of emotion, that's more important than the road to get there, whether Charlie Kirk is alive or not, whether he got shot from the front or on the side. I saw that video by the guy, something Overton, if you remember his name in the chat. He did a pretty good breakdown. He's supposedly an ex-Marine former ballistics instructor, making the case that Charlie Kirk got hit from Charlie Kirk's right side, and the spot you see on the side of his neck is not an entry wound. He makes the case that the wound in his neck is an exit wound, not an entry wound. And I'm going to show you from the testimony of Frank Turek, who was actually standing to Charlie Kirk's right, what he says about the noise. But I want to show you this video real quick. This is 5 minutes after Charlie Kirk got shot. Watch this. See this guy right here in the forefront? Now this guy right here, he's concealing what looks like a subcompact handgun. And you'll see that in a second. Also, this guy to the right here, let me blow this up. This guy on the right is also walking around with what looks like a badge on his chest and with a handgun, not being held like I've seen anybody hold a handgun. It's being held in reverse. It's not being held with your hand over the trigger guard. But watch this. Keep in mind, this is a mere 5 minutes reportedly after Charlie Kirk got shot under this tent, which in every circumstance would be considered a crime scene, to be cordoned off to preserve any kind of evidence, including blood spatter, bullet fragments, seating, where the hats were on the table. Nothing should be disturbed, but there are people milling around all over the place in this crime scene, getting fingerprints everywhere. Watch this. Okay, so watch. See, this guy's holding some kind of gun. Look at this. He's got a gun. Have you ever seen anybody hold a handgun like this? Watch, I'll just frame it forward a little bit. Sure looks like a gun to me. That looks like the magazine. This looks like the handle of the gun. This looks like, look, oh shoot. Oh man, I didn't mean to do that. Look, does this not look like the trigger guard right here? Does that not look like what's carrying his gun like this? Does anybody in the room carry their gun like that? Especially, let me show you. Here's what I think is a badge. So maybe he's some kind of law enforcement, or maybe he's security. I don't know, but it's kind of a strange way to hold your gun. So I just want to point these things out while this guy in the background is contemplating, hey, why don't I take this 4K camera down and take the SD card out? That'll help with any investigation. Let me get this. I got to get all of it in frame so you guys can see every bit of it. Oh, man. Oh, I hate delays. Okay, here we go. Let me just play it back just a little bit. Now, I don't know if you could hear, but this guy in the dark colored shirt says to the guy in the light blue shirt, hey, cover me. Cover my back. And this guy backs up to cover his back. Now, as far as I know, the only chair under this tent was the chair that Charlie Kirk was sitting on. And this guy grabs the chair that Charlie Kirk was sitting on. And if everything's above board the way we think it is, and it all played out the way we saw it, or the way we believed we saw it, there was a major amount of red stuff coming out, a major amount. So this chair probably has to be covered with it. The ground underneath has to be covered with it. And this guy just nonchalantly grabs what looks like, I don't know if it really is, but I don't think there was another chair under the tent in the videos that I saw, grabs Charlie Kirk's chair that he died on so that he can get himself up to the camera and dismount that from the tent pole.
Safety team is here. I just heard them say the active shooter, Charlie Kirk, has been
Look, he's standing on the chair I think that Charlie Kirk was sitting on.
shot. Charlie Kirk got hit, is what the security detail just said.
Oh, the camera's gone. He's got the camera in his hand. Now let's watch him. He puts the camera on some kind of table. He starts milling around. Let me focus in on it. He's just milling around. I so wish we had a clear video. And look, just by the way, this camera is a high resolution camera that this guy was manning. This guy was the actual manual operator of this high resolution camera, and he took down the camera that was at Charlie Kirk's back. Taking something, he's got the camera in his hand. Taking something out of the camera. My guess is the SD card has something in his hand, walks away with it, walks beyond the banner. The banner, by the way, that has no blood splatter that you would expect there to be if it was a front shot. I mean, am I wrong? If this was a 200-yard front shot and it went through that soft tissue, even if it hit a bone, wouldn't there be some kind of splatter here? And I know this is a very low resolution due to compression video, but even with the higher resolutions that I've seen, I didn't see any spatter right here. None. Okay, so I'm going to back this up because you can see them emerge. Let's see, get this back in center, get that a little bit blown up, back this up just a little bit more to where when he disappears right there. This is the other guy who emerges, not the guy with the glasses and the gray shirt.
My son just messaged me and says that.
Okay, now this guy says, you got to get out of here. You got to get out of here. Let me ask you something. In the interest of journalism and facts and truth, and sunlight is the greatest disinfectant, would you have moved if this guy told you to move? You're outside of the inside barrier. You're not inside of it. I'll prove that to you in a second. But watch this.
Charlie Kirk.
You need to leave. You need to leave. Why? Who are you? What authority do you have over me? Am I committing a crime? For what reason should I leave? I'm exercising my freedom of speech. Go away. I'm the press. Charlie Kirk would have wanted me to be here. Not going anywhere. Not going anywhere.
Now, quick! Get him out. Hey,
look at that.
go right now.
Aggressive tones. When he turns around, I'll show you where he was. Look, he was right here on the other side of this barrier. He wasn't in anybody's way. And if anybody was corrupting the crime scene, it's the guys walking around with the guns. You know, let's say there were bullet fragments, then the more walking around you do, the more chance you have of pushing the bullet fragments into the grass. And by the way, I've heard that they've done something to this area, like they've changed it or they've put a new foundation. I don't know if that's true. I saw a video, but I'm not sure if it's AI generated or what. But that's pretty much what was going on.